Good morning. Good morning. So grateful to be up this day. God woke us up. Happy Sunday morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Um, I'm definitely realizing that self care is really important. It had a little body ache with arthritis in this week, so doing what I need to do to take care of that. And just wanted to come to you this morning. Wanted to read from First Corinthians chapter 2. And again, I always say, I'm not a pastor. Um, no, I'm just a woman that has faith and believes in God. And I know what God can do because I'm an example of it, as well as many others. And this uh, is entitled The Shift. Um, so I'm going to read First Corinthians, second chapter, verses 1 through 5. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellence of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of God. For I determined not to know anything among you save Jesus Christ and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. And I wanted to start that off, um, you know, with where I'm going here because I'm a little unprepared. Just a little bit. I was trying to figure out how to really come before you all and kind of get my point across or do my best to do my part as I am becoming a better person, uh, a better being, someone that can contribute something to life. Um, Starting with my own. With Father's, the month of June is ending. We had our Father's Day celebration, and I want to thank again all the gentlemen um, that allowed me to take on some of their time uh, to bring it to you, as well as Miss Jeanette Ramos for also being a part of the platform and bringing her knowledge and wealth and information and her book, Where's Mom? Um, this journey has been just amazing. I don't know what other word to explain because it's hard to explain it as you're experiencing it and trying to share it with others because that's all I can do is share my experience, share some of the pathways and options that I chose for myself um, with others that are seeking to become better people, to become better individuals, to strive to earn a better income. And along the journey and as you're going, you uh, begin to heal some of the things and let go of some of the things that you once held on to that may have been holding you down. And it's not always easy to let go, but but you have to trust the process. I share with you all um, my why and a little bit of the story behind my why, and I also asked the question as to why wasn't it important enough to vote yes for Leah's Law. Um, and with Father's Day, uh, just looking back and reflecting on my journey and where I am today, and uh, not that I'm anywhere fabulous, but as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the journey that and my relationship with God and where He's brought me from and where He's taken me, I'm in just awe. So I tried my best to put my best foot forward. Am I perfect? No, not all the time. But you're not expected to be perfect. You're just expected to do your best. You know, your perception of life, your perception, your direction that you take, and the action steps that you take to bring it into fruition. Because what is it? I did write it down. It's the acronym for STEM: skill, time, emotion, and money management. Because those things are very important, and they uh, make the difference in how we're going through things in life. It's a little breezy out here this morning, so forgive me, guys. On my desk here. Okay, well, like I said, you don't have to be perfect to do it, to make change, to be the change, to become the change in your life. Is there other factors that can interfere in our life and kind of throw us off, distract us, delay us? Yes, there are. But what is the solution? How do we turn it around? And I've had some time to think about some of the things that I've had to let go. Feelings of um, not not being good enough. Not so much not being good enough, but yeah, not being good enough. Carrying feelings of guilt, shame, um, and just embarrassment, having to humble myself, and again and again and again throughout the journey in different phases uh, of life. And we all go through it. And it's just how we respond to it, how we navigate through it. We could blame the powers that be. We could blame ourselves, blame others, but the blame game doesn't help us move towards our greater self. And we want to get to our greater self, our greater beings. We all know that our family is everything to me. Um, because no matter what you go through, no matter whether you agree, get along or not, we're still family. And families, some families need some help, and I would say it's going to take us all to get it together. Through my healing journey process, um, I realized that your family doesn't have to be someone that is your blood. It could be a coworker. It could be an associate that you see. It could be a neighbor or anyone that you have connected with somewhere down the line. And if you're anything like me, uh, I guess I'm sort of like an introvert because I kind of stay to myself and I really don't mingle too much with other people. Um, but those that I do get a chance to intertwine with and interact with, I try to make it as pleasant as possible and get the best, get the most out of that interaction. As I understand, a person's presence, it means so much because we meet so many different people along the journey, throughout our lives, from daycare, to school, college, our employment, our community activities, our church family. So, relationships are very, very important, and it's what connects us. And I remember starting this journey because I've been on Facebook now for a little bit, um, and I just realized that my story has been told. I've been telling it the whole time. So I don't know what chapter any of you have come on, but it's a new chapter. It's a new day because healing is here, and to be a good steward and to be a good part of the whole village to ensure that we continue to build strong families and support our children and celebrate our wins no matter how big or small they may be. A win is a win, and some wins we won't even see, only you will, because you'll feel them on the inside because they're your wins that God gives you. Everyone's journey is different. um, I've had the pleasure of uh, being one designated to onboard, train others coming in to uh, do what we do um, as professionals. And one thing I always do when I onboard someone, I ask them what is their, what's their background, what's their experience, what have they done, and what are they looking to get out of it, and where do they see themselves going? You know, um, I think these are all very good questions because it tells you a lot about the person, um, and whether or not their capabilities of if they'll be able to basically self-regulate, make decisions, and the best choices and decisions. Um, but with anything, orientation, onboarding is for a limited time. Uh, you get the information that you need to get you started, and then you're set. You're set to go and train. There's a training period. Most training periods, I would say, is anywhere from uh, 30 to 90 days, a 90-day run of getting yourself acclimated to whatever it is that you're starting new, the new position, the new job, or going to school. There's an orientation period. Every person has an orientation period. Now, you bring your talents and you bring your skills that you have to that position that you are filling. And that interaction as the trainer or as the one uh, bringing someone in and welcome them in, showing them the ropes. You know, uh, it really depends on the person that you're bringing in, um, and how they are looking at it. What is their goal to get out of the reasons behind why they're there, um, and how serious are they about it. So and we know that some people come and they try it, and they might get into it and find out it's not for them, and then they go on and they do something else, or they come and they stay and they continue to do the work and try to also add something to make it better for everyone involved. And how do we build strong families? Because all children deserve to grow up in a safe, stable home with the resources they need to thrive. to ensure that every family has the ability to not only weather a crisis, but to become financially stable requires both social interventions, but also systematic response that can prevent problems in the first place. If we know the system is producing the exact result it is perfectly designed to do, then to get a different result, we have to rewire the system that created inequality in the first place. You know, and as I'm growing and looking at the social economic uh, aspect of the world as well as the family aspect of the world, the spiritual aspect of the world, and not only that, um, a little while ago we were talking about the mind and how powerful the mind is and how many thoughts our minds carry uh, for throughout the day over a period of time. And just as as you're seeking God and you're seeking wisdom and you're trying to change your life, trying to be a better person, no matter what you go through, whether there's death, um, illness, you still have to strive. You still have to work towards your goal. Is it easy? No, it's not going to always be easy. Um, and it's interesting because this weekend I spent some time with my grandmother. She wanted to go um, to the Berlin Mart just to walk around and just get some exercise. Well, we got out there and everyone still has their vanity. She just wanted to walk with her king. We did have her walk her with the seat chair, but she didn't want to take that. So we walked a little bit, and then she walked enough, and she said, "Tia, I won't ask you again I won't bother you again to bring me out here." And I just laughed because it's no bother, you know. Yes, I could have been in Super Saturday training. Yes, I could have been doing some other things as well, but that's important in moving me. But it was important for me to take that time out with her and honor her request as being her granddaughter and being there to ensure that she's getting what she needs. You know, some of some people may tell you, you put your family, you got to sometimes you got to cut family off, this, that, and the other. But in cutting them off, I wouldn't say cut them off. Say I guess it's the scissors of love. It's still cutting them off, but to an extent because you do have to still assist them in some way, depending upon the circumstances or situation. It may be. Um, some of our family members really do need someone to help them, care for them, and ensure that they're safe and taken care of. And some not so much, and some of us are independent and out here doing what we need to do to ensure that we're good, our family's good. But what does that look like for everyone? That picture is different for everybody. There's no cookie cutter strong family, but how do you begin to, raise your standards and raise your standards, raise your expectations, but still allow family members to be who they are. Uh, you can give them all the supports and things that they need, but they have to take the actions for themselves. And that's with any person. And I learned that along my journey. Um, and I'm so grateful to be able to celebrate all that we've just celebrated. Mother's Day, Father's Day, and not feel the heaviness. There's a weight lifted. There's a weight lifted. No, the way may not all be all the way clear, but there's a shift. There's a shift happening in my life, and I hope that there's a shift happening in your life as well. We can't not always control what is going to happen to us in our lives or what may take place in our lives. And bad things happen to good people. This is true. And like I always say, we're all connected by one person. Your actions not only impacts the person that you may have had taken the action upon in yourself, it also affects and impacts those that are around and connected to the individuals. And whether you witness something traumatic firsthand, whether you hear it um, and just feel the end effects of it, everybody doesn't get a teddy bear to walk through the processing of that and still having to perform, perform every day as, as if nothing ever happened, but we know something happened. And we're grateful for life, so grateful for life. Although it was uncomfortable, although it was like the most heaviest time and period to get through, we all made it through. And today we have the same 24 hours in a day to do something wonderful, great with our lives. And as we are doing what we need to do to build our lives, we have to take responsibility. We have to know, oh, sorry. We have to know what our triggers are. We have to know, what, you know, through the growth process, you learn your triggers. You learn, how to control them. And if you're just starting out, you're going to learn how to control them. You're going to learn how to catch yourself and process things. One thing I know about the whole growth process is that um, every day you learn something new. Every day. I learned that, you know, the basic things, the little things, so many of us take for granted, just as one another, our elders, are we checking on them? Are we going to keep them company? They get lonely sometimes. They would like to sit down and have a talk with you, you know, see if there's something that you could do for them, help them out, put a smile on their face, help one another, help one another grow. But you have to be ready for that. You have to be uh, committed to your growth because someone can give you a gift. You open the gift, but it's what you do with the gift that's going to make the difference. And all the time, that gift it's going to come with instructions, but you have to follow the instructions on a gift in order to get the the best out of the gift that was given to you. Is it going to be easy? No, Are you going to be required to do some things that you might not want to do, or you feel as though that may not be significant? But there really are. They're really significant. Training is a big part of anything in life. Uh, whether you get it from an educational facility or out in the community, because there's all different kinds of ways of learning. Everybody doesn't have to go to a school itself, but you're going to learn. But you have to take the steps and you have to be willing, but you got to listen. That's what I found. I found that it helped me to listen along my journey. Whenever I found myself in situations where it was not working out, um, or it was challenging, I would always start looking for the solution. And the solution always led me to connection of others. It led me to an education. Um, and I think I share this in finding your way that, sometimes when we're going after our jobs or we're going after the career choice, sometimes we're looking at my perceptives, and this is just my perception. I'm not trying to push my things on anyone else. This is just my perception. I'm sharing my experience um, as my shift has occurred and how I view the shift that I've gone through. And I'm getting ready to go through another one. I feel it. I'm there. It's some things that I need to do to make it, like, to get it to officially make the turn. But nonetheless, I'm headed towards the shift. Um, in going for employment, I've worked, some people are union, some people are not union. I've worked in both, in various areas over my lifespan. And I've heard the pros and the cons, but for me, I think a union is a good thing to have in a workplace because sometimes uh, things aren't always fair. And, and a good employee wants to feel safe, and they want to feel safe and secure in doing their job. They want to feel valued and appreciated for the job that they do. We know we don't always get it. And I believe I stated also a while ago that, no, I realized a long time ago that no job is ever going to be able to pay me what I'm really truly worth. Um, but I do it anyway, because it's my passion. I enjoy helping people. I've learned so much from helping people, and those jobs connected me to more people that then educated me. My going through the trainings, um, I'm learning more about. I had the opportunity to learn about those elected officials that we vote into office, and the importance of following the different bills that are on the table and being voted for, um, that affect us, um, whether directly or indirectly, impacts everybody's life. Um, that's underneath the tier of the bill passers or whatever, however they work it out. Part of my lack of knowledge and terminology and all this, but like I said, I am a beginner. I'm learning. I am I am resharpening some skills that I acquired but did not use. I am learning new skills and am implementing them at the same time while trying to sharpen my um, previous skills and braid them in all together. I'm braiding some hair, guys, because I've done a lot over the years. But how does that impact my life? How does that impact the life of others? How does this conversation even impact you and affect you at all? Me talking about my journey and my shit. It may and it may not. But Long story short, I learned about how uh, senators and congressmen and um, our legislators, assemblymen, all that stuff. I was learning how they vote on different bills, and you know, it's I don't know if it's something missing, like it's something in the process of trying to ensure equality for all, and just distribution so that everyone is taken care of and provided for so that we don't lack. But there's some things that need to be changed that haven't been changed. And maybe that's why we can't move forward. Maybe. I don't know. We're doing pretty good, guys. We're doing pretty good. Although we've taken some blows, we're still here. We're still standing. We got some wins. We may not have won everything that we wanted, but we got some wins. And we got some personal wins too, because we grew and we learned something through this process. We learned how valuable life is. We learned how valuable your life is. Everybody. It's the 4th of July weekend is coming up, and I really don't like. I like the fireworks. Don't get me wrong. I love the fireworks. They're very beautiful. But in residential areas, it's not very beautiful unless it's in a safe place where it's not going to be, causing any harm for anyone. Pick a nice lot or something. It's spaces for that, park, whatever. Um, but for me, sometimes it's a little like um, traumatic because I can't tell the difference between the firecrackers, fireworks, or gunshots. And that disturbs me. Everyone wants to have a sense of peace. So I know everybody wants to have fun this holiday. So if we could kind of like just put the guns down, enjoy one another, start something new, start building ourselves. Let's start taking our community in a different sense, in a different direction. Because it's not I'm learning that it's not just only we can't just only hold the elected officials accountable, and we can hold them accountable for what they are required to do for the people while they're in office, to ensure that every family gets the same opportunity, and we can get rid of poverty, inequality. We can stop the unhumane things that have been going on against human beings, people just like you, just like me. So I know I'm ranting on and off here, but there's a shift, guys, and healing is something. And when you're starting something new, you have to listen. Everybody wants to know, how do you get to the money? Show me how to get the money. Show me. Show me the money. Show me the money. But nobody wants to do the work. They just want you to show me how to get to the money. And I'm here to tell you, it's no magic box, no magic box to get to the money. It's, commitment, dedication, um, dedication to your growth and development. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be scared to show who you are. Be who you are. Because those that are for you, and those that aren't, they're not. And it's okay. long time to get to know someone, you know, and take it back to the conversation of training people. You know, you can give someone all the do's, the don'ts. This is how we operate. This is what we do, and this is why we do what we do. And people will still do what they want to do. Nothing. You know, we're powerless over that. The only thing you can control is you. The only thing that you can ensure is that you're doing your best to ensure that you are providing the best service that you can provide. Um, bring your resources to the table to help wherever you can, um, and help the next person see that they can have it too. They can have a better life. If they're not happy where they are, or they're in a spot right now, things aren't so good, you can tell them it's okay to step up to the plate and take the responsibility. Taking the responsibility doesn't always feel good. It doesn't always, it's not going to always be easy. Um, and you have no opt out options. You have no opt out options. There's no opt out, there's no backing out of it. Once you step up and take responsibility for your own life. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes when you're one that is kind of empathetic. You can kind of see both sides of the fence, see both sides of how something horrific could possibly happen, but still not, the brain doesn't process as to why, because it should never come down to us harming one another. Never. And especially if that person is the person that's trying to help you. But sometimes we bite the hands that feed us. It happens all the time. It happens in families, it happens in workplaces, it happens in life, in our community. You know, we all, you know, I'm proud to say that I am born and raised from Camden City, and my journey and experience is that we have a wealth of families here that are thriving, and they're doing the darn thing. Family over everything isn't just a saying. It's really what we do. It's what we do. We take care of our families and we help out. You know what I mean? And we do our parts. Now, is everybody going to show up and do it? No, but we know that core group, it's a core group of family members, and it's in every family. It's not just mine. It's in every family. It's a core group of worker bees in a family, right? And they're the ones that get the job done. They're the ones, if there's a crisis, if there's assistance needed, or if you need support, uh, they're there to support you. If you need resources, guidance, uh, hey, they might even give you a class. I just say that because one of my aunts were are etiquette teachers, teaching us how to be ladies and all that in a biblical sense. Church was fun. Coming up, God is a big part of that. The things that happen to us in our lifetime, from our past to our present to where we are right now, you know, depicts our perception. And you don't want to, you want to have the best perception of your life because it's your life. You're worth it. You're worth everything you got to go through to become who you are becoming, or who you wish to become. Whether it's a desire, a want, a dream, a vision, you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And, you know, over my journey, I got to say, I've had paid and I've had unpaid experiences. And to me, they both were the same because I got out of it what I put into it, and I didn't feel slighted at all because the experience and what the lessons that I learned along the way helped me grow. Helped me grow. It gave me a different lens to look at life differently. When I saw a problem, I automatically start thinking of how can I solve that problem? And this is something that occurred to me early in life because I was a young mom, fresh out of high school. My parents thought I was bringing them a nurse's license and I brought them a granddaughter. So I've been there. I know. Sad part is, my parents aren't here to see their great grandchildren. I think they got to see one. They got to see one great grandson, the oldest one. So, you have to count your blessings. And, if helping people was, how could I say this? Helping people, sometimes it's a thankless job. Sometimes people don't appreciate it. I'm trying to hold on to my book so it doesn't all blow away here. Um, but the reward is never monetary. I hate to tell you, monetary can be a monetary reimbursement can be a part of it, but the real joy is watching that person's life transform, seeing them from where they started and watching them as they're growing and when they get to where they want to be. That is the payoff. That's priceless. That's priceless, especially when you know the journey. Especially when you know the journey that it took them to get there. It's not always easy, but it's going to be worth it. But you have to be open. You have to be willing to listen. You have to be able to take constructional criticism. That's a pill that's sometimes not so easy for me, but over time I get through it, you know. But you have to be willing to try. You have to start, you know. The money will come. The money will definitely come. But if you grow yourself and you follow your heart and you do the things that you know that are best for you, you know, um, becoming a better person isn't always easy. Sometimes you got to suck up some stuff and, you know, not react in the way that you may have reacted in the past. And I understand that it takes time to get there. You know, my phases of young parenting, being a young parent, and being told that my children aren't my friends and that I needed to get them on a schedule. Um, Harsh because I figure, hey, we young when you're a young mom, your baby's everything, and depending upon what your frame of mind is when you're there, and for me as a young mom, I was in a protective mode. I was in protective mode. This is my child. I don't want no one to touch it, tell me what to do with it. um, I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. um, and Sometimes you could block your blessings that way when you do that. And I realized over time that I had to open myself up and listen and take the advice from those that were around me that were giving me the tips and telling me what to do, because guess what? It worked. It panned out. My children were not my friends. And I did need to set them on a schedule, because when I set their lives on a schedule, guess who else got on a schedule? And I found time to get some things in order and get my life on track. We love our children. We care for our children. We protect our children. Whether you're parenting together, parenting apart, or if you're parenting alone, you can do it. You have to be mature enough to put your selfishness aside. It's not about you, it's not about the father. It's about the wellness and the wellness and well-being of the child, and the importance of making sure that that child knows that it's loved, and that no matter what, you're going to be there for them. No need to badmouth the other parents and all that stuff. That stuff needs to stop. Because I always say, if you are doing this and you're saying, oh, this person, blah, 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 it's three fingers pointing at you. And if it should be, people come up with different reasons as to how they created their children. And if you feel as though that, oh, it wasn't just something to fly by night, whatever, you need to make better choices and be more careful, because there's a lot of prophylaxis out here, and you don't have to be a parent like that carelessly. Now you created something with someone you don't even know. So healing, growth, development. We all go through different phases and stages. I'm so grateful to be where I am today. I'm still taking steps moving forward. And like I tell anyone when I'm speaking with them in person, or just general conversation or whatever, see someone along the way, life is what you make it. You got to know what you want. Or if you don't know what you want, you got to start at least trying to identify what it is that you want. Because we can't stay here. Things are changing. They're changing every day. And my job is to just share. I don't know what level of life you may be on, because we all got different journeys. We all have different battles that we have to get through. But the greatest battle that I found was that I had to get over myself. Because you know what? I'm not always right. And I don't always understand. And I am one that's not afraid to open her mouth and speak her mind, ask questions. Now, whether or not the question is the correct question, or if I understand what question I want to ask the question, sometimes it's a problem. But, I keep asking questions anyway. I'll ask till I get it right. Somebody's going to understand it. You ever get to the point where you come so far that going backwards just doesn't look appealing anymore? You can't keep doing the same things you do. Nobody's perfect. It's not going to happen overnight. Change takes time, but change is worth it. Whatever it is that you're going after in life, go for it because only you can do it. Establish your relationship with God. It's the most important thing I can say to you because people are going to come and go. And yes, you're going to meet some good people along the way. You may even meet some not so good people, and you might meet some not just bad people. You know what I mean? But be selective. Enjoy your peace. Find your peace. And don't let nobody take it away from you. If you're not making so good choices right now, what are some options and choices that you can make that's going to help you to start making better choices? And if you were given a gift in life, what are you doing with it? Are you utilizing it? Or are you missing the whole picture because you're looking at the end result? Or I don't know. I don't know. It's not the end result, but I guess it is the end result. I guess I don't know. To me, life is infinity. As long as I have breath in my body, it's always going to be something new to learn. So I don't know. I don't know that whole destination thing. I'm not quite getting it, but I'm willing to travel and go wherever God takes me. So I don't know, because I think when I finally reach the whole hoopla is gonna be the end. But before I leave this earth, I wanna at least try to encourage someone. I wanna at least let someone know that, you know, it doesn't matter where you are at right now in your life today, because tomorrow could be different. The next day could be different. Count on yourself. Bet on you. Talk to God. Read his word over and over and over. Because guess what? Even that changes the understanding. It's amazing how you read the word and then it just like makes sense to you where it may not have made sense to you before. But it takes practice. It's something that you got to do every day. Make it a part of you. Change isn't easy, but it is possible. It's going to require some uncomfortability. It's going to require some listening and learning and implementing because you have to start. You got to start somewhere. You can't say, oh, I want to go here and I want to do this. We can sit and talk about it, but you got to be about it. It's time to change some things. Or at least for me, it's time for me to change some things. It's probably past. I've been working on it changes for a long time, guys. So I can't tell you when it's going to happen. I don't know. I just know that personally, as an individual, I had to introduce myself, reintroduce myself to myself, because where my life was, how it started out, is not where I am right now. I'm at an amazing place to where I'm having to sit down and look at, really map out what it is that I want to do, where do I want to go, and who's going to go with me. That's the part I don't know. But God has sent me some pretty cool people in my life over time. So I doubt him not. No, 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 I do not doubt him not. All my faith and my trust is in him. I use my abilities that he's given me. He's given me life. He's woken me up. So I'm able to read. I'm able to write. I'm able to listen. So I study. I I study a lot, various things, not just in one category, various things. Because I want to become better. I want to be better. And I want to help and show others how to be better. They say that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, I guess the student is ready and the teacher has appeared. So don't be afraid to learn something new. Don't be afraid to change. Change is uncomfortable. It doesn't always feel good, but you know what feels good? When you take those action steps, when you do what is expected of you, when you do, you know, what, when you fulfill your desire, your dream, when you fulfill the steps that you know is going to make you feel good on the inside, and it's going to show from the inside out. It's going to reflect in the people that you encounter. It's going to reflect in how you're moving and what you're doing. It's okay. Sad days come, but just know that the sun is going to shine again. And we're not done fighting. We're always fighting for something. But together we can win. Let's not fight each other. Let's enjoy this summer. Let's, those of us that are doing the darn thing parenting, let's continue to keep doing the darn thing parenting. And those parentings that are maybe having some struggles or you need some help, we're here. We're here to help you. But you have to be open to it. Abuse is not allowed. No verbal profanity. Please. You know, it just kind of just dampens the mood. So let's not dampen the mood. Let's try to bring our best selves forward and work some things out. You know, the resources are there. You have to take advantage of them. You have to reach out. You got to be willing. Some things are going to require you to get up and go out and go after it. Everything's not going to just come to you. Some things will, but not everything. Some things will be given to you, and some things you will have to go after. But I'm here to tell you today: don't just stay stagnated. Don't stand there. Start moving. And I want to read this. It's the law of design to maximize growth development strategies by Mr. John C. Maxwell. Um, and it's a quote from Jim Rohn. And it says, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? They may not have planned for you. Oh, and guess what? They may have planned for you. Not much. So don't let someone else design your life. Yeah, go to work, make your money, go to work, build yourself too. I'm living proof it's possible. It's a little bit more challenging. It requires a little bit more gumption, but it depends on how bad you want it. I guess I wanted it pretty badly. And it says, I have a quote from Keith Cameron Smith here. When you reach the end of your life, it is the relationship you have developed that make you truly rich. And I have to say, at this point in my life, you know, because so much is going on, we don't know. Tomorrow's not promised to nobody. We were blessed to wake up. I'm looking after my 91-year-old grandmama, and here I could be the one that be going. You know, so I value every day. Live your life. Don't let someone else design it. So what? You might have to get up earlier. You might have to go to bed later. You might have to try to tweak and do some things. Ride around with your training on in your car with the kids and they complaining, oh well, let them complain. Later they'll understand because they don't know. But it's our job to teach them. But what do we do when they're grown? We guide them. We give them the tools. We tell them the steps to take. The rest is on them. Another part of my shift, learning to accept that, that's parental role when it switches from the caregiver and them needing you to them not needing you as much, not in that way anyway. They might need your car, you know, they might need some money, not a lot, just a little, but to do some things they need to do, but it's different. So it's in a different phase of life. One that I thought I was planning for, but did I fool myself? I had not planned at all. Or at least not so much that I didn't plan for it. Maybe what I thought it was supposed to be, it didn't turn out to be what I thought it was going to be at that time when that shift actually happened. So even in your shift, it may not look like you thought it was going to look. It might look different. Still in all, be happy. Be happy with that. Work with it. Because guess what? You're not where you used to be. And you're not going to stay where you are because there's something ahead. And if God woke you up this morning and you got breath in your body, do something with this day. That the old you that the old you is going to thank the new you for doing it today. It's not easy, but it can be fun. No, I got some things I got to do and go work on. I'm going to come back to you guys. I'm not going to promise you when. You may have to miss me a little bit because this shift is going to require a little bit more of me stepping out even more so out of my comfort zone. So if you would like to join me on a growth mission, however you're growing, reach out. And as always, I invite you to join me, to come and hear the information. What does it hurt? You know what you need, just like I knew what I needed. And what I didn't think I needed, God gave it to me. He guided me. He pulled me through some of my darkest days. Because yes, I get mad and I question and I'm like, I don't know, people say you don't question God, but you talk back to your parents, so I think questioning God is normal. I question him. I ask him some questions. I wanted to know why. I want to know why things are in life are sometimes the way they are. Why do Why do some people excel and some people just stay at another level? You know, I feel like we all should be striving for better. Our history, those that came before us, says that their living proof, their bloodshed is the proof that we can do better. But we gotta want it. You gotta get up and go after it. So you might have to give up some things. Is it worth it? It's your life. It's your life. I don't know where it's all gonna go after this, but I'm gonna tell you this. I got one life to live, and you got one life to live. And so far, nobody's came back and told me that, going on the other side, was better than on this side. But I'm just assuming that they're definitely all moved towards something better because that's God's promise. That's His promise to us for obeying His rule and doing what He asked of us. And the world is ours when we wake up, guys. How are we making this world better? What steps and what things are we doing? Are we making ourselves better? Are we making our children better? Are we making our families better? Are we doing everything that we possibly can? And if someone tells you you don't have to work all this and all that, like you don't have to work that much, I don't know. You do what requires your life, um, because, like I said, and everybody's life is different. I don't know what your morals. I don't know what your values are. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know how important it is, the hierarchy. In my family, elders are honored and reared, so therefore they're not disrespected. They're cared for, and when they say jump, we say how high. So um, that will never change, and I hope it doesn't never change. It's been some challenges over the way, but so far, even our young people, we're getting it all together because soon the torch will be passed, guys. Maybe not right now, but are you preparing yourself to take to carry the torch? Because those that come before us, and I joke about it all the time, they make it look easy, don't they? They just do what they do, and they're just doing it, going to work, doing the home, doing the kids, grandkids, like they're just doing it. They just make it look like, oh, it was easy, but and it's not until you actually get involved and you start doing the things that they are doing, and you see, it's called getting involved in some kind of way, form or fashion. It makes all the difference, and we all grow. Everybody learns something new. It's a beautiful thing, and that's the way life is. Whether you're a family, you're a business, whether you're an organization, a company, whatever it is, a community. We we all we have is each other. Oh, and I got an opportunity to see Pastor Parker yesterday, uh, taking my grandmom out from Antioch Church. And ladies and gentlemen, my peers and young people that are doing and wanting to do something good for the community, um, they are looking for you to come back, join the membership, and be a part. Pastor Parker has some plans. We see that they have the old church and now they got the new church. So those plans are progressing. That took time. I used to attend the old church for years. I think I told that story too, but you know, let's see what we all can do. What can we do to come together and work together and try to make this world a better place. I think something about a gym for the children so they can learn different things, jujitsu, karate, all things that teaches them self-discipline, self-mastery, how to control themselves. I think it's a good thing to get involved in, guys. So I think I'm gonna go down there and find out what's going on, what they got going on. Will you come out and join me with that? Just giving a little bit of your time and energy to see what's the plan? What do we need to do? How much money do we need to raise to get this building going up? I think our children deserve it. They need somewhere to go. They can't keep playing out here on the streets every summer. I watch them play in the park, climbing the fence still. No matter how much I tell them don't do it, the park has interests and parents. You're letting your children go out to the park. Please just let them know that if they tear it up, they're not going to have anywhere to go. They're enjoying running around and playing on a baseball field or whatever. Other people are enjoying the park as well. But if they tear the gates and stuff down, the park isn't going to look very good. So let's try to remind them that if they take care of it, you know, nobody else could tear it down either. It's there for them. And yes, I am that lady. I do say something to other people's kids, not to harm them, but if I see them doing something destructive or something that's not beneficial, I'm never going to let a child get harmed ever. Some children are respectful and accepting, and they act accordingly. And some of them, well, you know, I pray for them, and I look to see them with their parents one day, so that I could tell them how they were acting outside of their parents' absence, because I'm sure parents aren't teaching their children to be disrespectful to adults when adults are correcting them to keep them safe and keep them better, harm free. But such is life. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Happy Father's Day, guys. You know, unsung heroes. You I know what you go through. I've been, listen, I've been both parents. I know what it is not to say anything and try to figure it all out. You know, fearful of being judged. People having expectations of you that they can't even fulfill for themselves, and you know, just hang in there. And if you're in that percentile that decides that you made a choice, you created this, and you're gonna stay, God bless you. Stay. Do what needs to be done. Grow and mature. It's a beautiful thing. Should it not work out, it still can be a beautiful thing. You just have to figure out how you're still going to be there, how you're still going to be involved. It's where there's a will, there's a way. It's no excuses. Our children deserve us. Be the best parents we can be, guys. We only get one life, and so do they. So let's try and make it the best. A shift is coming. The shift is here. Again, the shift is here. How's your shift? Write down in the comments. Let me know how you like these as I'm moving forward and trying to get things going. You know, elevation. You can't stay where you are. Elevation. Got to go unwrap some new gifts myself. All right, guys. I love you. Have a wonderful, amazing week. Go after your dreams. Go after your goals. Nothing's stopping you but you. And we do heal from traumatic experiences in our lives. And we hope that we will continue to speak up, continue to stand up, and ensure that equality, fairness, and financial freedom for all. You're free. You're free up here. Free will to do and use all that up there and be creative. Change the world, guys. We're doing it slowly but surely. Keep doing it. Proud of you. Have a great day. Bye.